Hello everyone, my name is Shahrul and today I'm about to do a UI UX review for this particular site called crustimate.com, and I'm gonna be doing uncut review so you can see in real time my thought process and how I would see UI UX design in real time. So let's begin. Uh, as we can see, this is the hero section and you see that this is AI recruiters are scheduled right now. Here's what they see. And then the next message is most profiles are invisible to AI. So this is what I really doesn't like with most sites, which is messages that is uh, not coherent from element to element. So when you say that here's what they see, you need to let the user know or tell them what they see. Like for example, if they see a bad profile, then show them bad profile. Then I think it might be this that what they see as in the AIC, but I don't think it is a good placement below here. So the message is not coherent. I think it's just best to remove this from the hero section. I think this title is enough, and with the description, this right now is already good with highlighted. It creates sort of urgency. I think there's no need for additional headlines, and I really like the CTA button here because it is very specific and action driven. And me myself, I wanted to click this just because it is just out of curiosity how what I would score on this test. And here is a good navigation if the user cannot find the URL link. It's pretty good. And then there's really a small reassurance. And if you look at the navigation, it is really simple. But let's just click how it works. It redirects to another section and what are AI recruiters. Okay. And live here, I think it would be nice to add just a little animation to kind of indicate it's live. Usually when something's live, there is a kind of small animation that indicate it's live. I think it's just nice to have and really boost the point. And really good placement of companies here. Same person, radically different visibility. Now this is something that I will see as a problem. When you try to understand what this section means, it's like comparing before and after using their platform, which is they show before using their platform, the score is really low, 34 compared to after using it, which is 87. But it's not really clear what these scores are. And when you read the whole thing, you kind of guess that this might be a visibility score, but we're not so sure about that, so we have to guess. And yeah, I think it's the safest bet is to think that this is a visibility score, and that is not good to make the user guess. And I think it's best to kind of just be discreet about what this is. I think a small text would help very much. And this is what the user is saying. So it is a testimonial section, and it is good design, I guess. But the texts are pretty difficult to read. I think it's really good text. I've seen really good font choice and design, but for this use case, it is not really good. Why? Because this is a long text, and it's if we use like this fancy italic fonts, it would be like really difficult to read. Not like drastically difficult, but just slightly harder. And slightly harder to read is enough to create friction in the user. So I think it's best to just use a normal fonts and maybe reserve this kind of fonts to other text to add a depth and identity to the section. Maybe write the names in these fonts rather than writing the actual text itself. And this is the name, PhD student, actively job searching. And this is another thing, which is this is the subject, and then there's their adjective, maybe position or something. So this is Jonathan, technical co-founder. I think it's best to kind of distinguish between these two kind of information, because it's different type of information. Maybe just make a difference in color. So this is slightly brighter, as in white, and then this is grayish, or making one of them using an uppercase. That could be great. So user can easily distinguish that is two different information. And for the next section, for recruiters, build for recruiters, and use cross-estimate as candidate prep tool. And here's same score candidates profile. And I think for this website, the use of emojis is not the right choice. Why? Because it is not, I wouldn't say aesthetic, but emoji has its own use case, but definitely not on this visual, on this kind of design, And also when the element is really small, I think it's just best to use icon, because it is easier to identify icon even when it's small. And what with icon I means not just like very distinct and different icon for each tag. I think it's just best to use checklist, I think, because it delivers the point without creating too much context, because the tag itself already provide a really good context. A bullet point or checklist might work good here, or just numbers. I think it works great, and it also fits the aesthetic of the site. Used by recruiter as series. Okay, I think this is pretty difficult to read. I think we need to increase the contrast just a bit for readability. The bigger picture, great. I think this is great, with good highlight, with the source too in italic. Yes, this is what I said earlier. It is great to distinguish, to create a different design for different type of information. So this is the description of these numbers, and then this is the source. They done great by creating the source in italic and slightly smaller and with a much darker color, so that it is distinctly distinguishable that this is different type of information. Okay, and this is code, same way every person will get found faster is one month. That's why we put cross-estimate. Okay, it's great. Why we exist, operation depend, great. I see another problem. So we see that this white cross data exists, and in this section there is a lot of text. First of all, try to not include too many text, especially on your landing page. Maybe you can include a little snippet of what this section are, and then provide a link to redirect the user to a separate page that explains these points in depth. And also for longer text like this, it's better for it to be left aligned, because it's more readable and it is more professional. I think center aligned text has its place, but definitely not on a longer section where the points are a lot. And yeah, the center alignment can work great for highlight text like this. Explore data, read about our vision. Yeah, they already use they already use links to redirect to another page, but I think it's just still too much here, the text, and I think it can be better structured, so the information can flow a little bit better. Okay, and how it works: 1, 2, 3, paste your LinkedIn URL. We analyze Okay, for this, how it works, I think the numbers may be better to if they are aligned to the left. Also, there's another little decoration of number in the backgrounds, just adding a little clutter. I think what's better is to provide a little example of what this means, like pasting your LinkedIn URL. Maybe it's great to point the user out where the LinkedIn URL is, and we analyze several retrieval signals. Maybe we can show what the several retrieval signals are, or maybe it's like showing three of them, and then gets your score. Then this is the most important part, where we show them the score and really what action they should take, saying that actionable fix. Okay, and then this FAQs. Okay, it's great. And then the final city is stop being invisible to AI recruiters. Free no login 30 seconds. I think this is great. It's perfect. The CTS section is simple, to the point, easy to understand, and I guess it's highly converting. And they have no footers, but I think that's not a problem for a site these days, unless your site has quite a lot of resource, and you might concern about navigability of your site. You need to provide a detailed footer. But other than that, minimalist footer works great for more modern websites. And I think that is what I have to say on this landing page of Crostimate. And thank you for watching, and feel free to comment out your product, and I might feature it on the next Teardown video. Thank you.